Latorie Lloyd Walker is a mom, an entrepreneur, and a resident of the town of Moncks Corner. Now she wants to be the next town council member for the town of Moncks Corner. I speak exclusively with her for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Latorie Lloyd Walker, welcome to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you.
I understand that you are owner and the CEO of the Aspire Early Learning Academy. You obviously are a realtor, an author, a mom, and obviously you're an adjunct professor of business and management at Trident Technical College. And I understand now, too, you are also a town council member candidate for the town of Moncks Corner, that is.
That is.
Yeah. What is it like to be you these days?
It's fun, I should say. It's been very busy. However, it's been a good busy. I've been able to balance it all and I enjoy every aspect of it.
As a matter of fact, you now are in a runoff for one of the seats on the town council for Moncks Corner. You said this recently on your Facebook page. You said this quote, "Now that November 3rd election is wrapping up, remember, we still have work to do. The town of Moncks Corner, special election is set for next Tuesday, November 10th. You said this too, we need all hands on deck as this will be a close race with 5 additional candidates. Why was the actual race a close race in your mind?
Well, this is a special election, so it's only for one seat, which opened up in August. So right now I'm thinking it's close because normally we do not have that many people show out for a town election, which is the week after the general election. And then we have 5 candidates. So there's a number of votes we would need in order to be able to win without it being a runoff.
And you also said this too, quote, as an experienced and formality trained leader, my goal is to bring an authentic and diverse perspective to our currently existing town council. What's your perspective of town council right now?
Right now, I think our town council, we have a great town council. I don't think that we have much diversity on our town council, which I want to be able to bring a diversity in regards to minority, as well as social economical representation, and as well as age diversity too. I'm a native. I'm a native of Moncks Corner. So I want to be able to bring those perspectives to the table to add value to what we already have, which is already great. I just want to be able to add to that.
Where is that type of representation in the town?
Well, we do not have that type of representation right now in the town. Right now, and I guess just to be frank, right now, we don't have any diverse representation on our town council to represent our town. So I would like to be able to be that person to be able to represent that for our town.
And you also said this too, and there's a couple of things you've actually said on this Facebook page. You said this quote, our community's goal is to add value to the council with representation and integrity, as you just mentioned. What are the other values that you would actually bring?
Well, I bring a family-oriented value for one. I also bring a leadership value. I want to be able to represent everyone. I want to be able to prepare for our town's future in a way that will benefit not only our current members, but also our children for generations to come. We want to make sure that what we do today is going to pave the way for tomorrow. Oh, I want to be able to add the value of saying I'm a native, I'm vested. I have children that attend school here. I'm vested because I grew up here. I'm vested because my family goes back for generations here. So I'm vested in making sure I know and prepare and advocate, which is the key word, for the direction that we're going for our town.
What is the quality of life in the town of Moncks Corner?
I love the town of Moncks Corner, which is why I came back here to live as an adult. I believe the quality of life here, it's a place you want to come back to raise your children. We're in touch with the city, but yet we still maintain that hometown country feel in which we have that family-oriented values that we want to pass on for our generations. So I believe the quality of life is great. I would love to see more community engagement. I would love to see more town engagement. Overall, I think that we still have a great hometown feel here.
And you also said this too, to be a community leader, obviously who focus on the development of his or her community. Let me ask you this too, what type of development is going on in your community?
Right now, I believe that the town of Moncks Corner is growing very rapidly. If you look all around us, we have so many different companies coming, we have so many different organizations coming, just around the town, and so many housing developments that are coming up. So development is coming. It's our goal to be able to take control of that development versus letting the development overgrow us. So I believe that we have the power and the opportunity to determine the direction of growth that we will go for the town of Moncks Corner versus just sitting back and acting like nothing's happening. And all of a sudden, boom, we have all these traffic problems. We have all these houses. We have overcrowded schools. What were we doing to prepare for this? What will we do? What can we do to advocate for a better transition versus just waiting for it to happen? So that's my goal, is to be able to sit with our council who's already working on that, to help advocate that, and also navigate that in a way that is beneficial for everyone, regardless of who you are.
And how do you deal with growth, obviously, with smart growth?
I believe if you just kind of look at the numbers, first of all, you know, the numbers never lie. You have to look at the numbers. You have to project where we were 10 years ago, where we are now, and where we're going to be at in 10 more years. How are we going to drive that to where it's smart enough to where not only are we benefiting where I'll say larger companies are coming, we're benefiting for job growth, but we helping our small business owners as well capitalize on this opportunity of growth where they're able to benefit for their families and their security as well.
Now, you talk about, obviously, the developers. What type of incentives would you want the developers to bring to the town of Moncks Corner?
I would like to see, let's see, I would like to see the developers help us to maintain that hometown feel, and not only just come in for the financial gain, but also to develop a partnership with the town. You know, if you guys need, let's say if we need sidewalks, you know, the developer can say, hey, I want to bring this community, but I also can enhance the town and contribute to the town by providing sidewalks, or I can contribute to the town by contributing to let's say it's something with the parks and playground. You know, I feel like it should be more of a partnership versus a business transaction, if I'm being clear about that.
Well, who will you actually partner with if you could?
It would be partnered with the developers, any larger companies, any type of organization or business that wants to come to the town of Moncks Corner. They should be able to contribute to the town's overall hometown feel and the overall growth, and not just capitalizing on the town.
Where is your connectivity plan?
My connectivity plan into what? What are you referring to?
Connectivity. You just talked about parks and sideways. What type of plan would that look like?
That would be a plan I would work with the town council, the current town council on. I definitely want to be able to see more recreation and more involvement. I believe that we need to touch base in creating more engaging activities for our youth versus our families having to go outside of our town limits to be able to enjoy family entertainment. We want to be able to bring something here. It could be concerts. It could be any type of leadership activities, anything that will benefit the families right here in the town so that they want to be here and they want to stay here with their families and have entertainment here as well as something for their children to do and keep them engaged.
And let me ask you this, where exactly outside of the town limits are people going to get entertainment?
Well, of course, right now with COVID, hardly nowhere. But however, people are going to North Charleston. People are going to Somerville. People are going to downtown. So I would like to see what we can do to keep them right here, or also draw people here to attract different here in our town as well.
Yes, ma'am. And let me ask you this too, because you also posted this, to formulate and monitor strategies and budgets. Let me ask you this, how would you help town officials formulate a budget right now in the midst of COVID?
Of course, you know, I'll just even speak for my own budget for myself. It's a day-to-day basis, you know. So when it comes to helping the town, it would be looking at, I guess, old school principles, what was wanted versus what's needed. You know, that want versus need practice that we all have when we're operating a business. So when we look at the town's budget, we have to be able to I would say we have to be able to strategize on what's actually pressing at this moment, what can be allocated at another time, or where can we allocate funds to benefit all families. Right now, our overall goal should just be what's going to benefit the town of Moncks Corner now, 10 years from now, and 20 years from now. But during the era of COVID, we need to worry about what's going to benefit our town on a month-to-month basis, and how are people going to be affected and inclusive on a month-to-month basis.
And what are those benefits right now?
I can't really speak to what those benefits are right now in regards to the budget. That's something that I would have to look into a
Of
little bit
course.
and refer back to you on.
Let me ask you this: what's needed right now in the town, and what's not needed, and what are those things that should be tabled?
Oh, wow. What's needed in the town right now? I would say I would definitely refer to, hmm, I think we definitely need to look at the infrastructures of our roads. We definitely need to look at the building that's coming into an area. We need to focus on making sure that we are not overpopulating our schools and overpopulating our areas. And I would definitely, it's kind of a little bit challenging to answer because there's so much, but I would definitely refer to making sure that we are growing our area efficiently. That's just kind of like my overall goal is making sure we're growing our area efficiently and making sure we're keeping our community engaged. And also open communication. I've been canvassing the areas and speaking with a lot of people. And, a lot of people are saying that they are not sure what's going on with the town. So I think what's really needed as well is that connectivity between the town, our government, and the community.
How do you hope to close that gap?
I think open communication, and that would be my way is just bridging that gap and going into the community. I believe that serving the town goes far beyond what's at the walls at the town hall. We got to be able to go into the community. We got to be able to serve those people where they're at and where they need it, regardless of socioeconomical status. We got to be able to be a voice for them as well. And everybody can't come to town council meeting. Everybody's not able to get off work and come. Everybody's not able to leave their families and come. But so we have to be able to deliver to them as well.
And you talked about obviously the communication. Let me ask you this too, because you posted this on your Facebook page. You said this quote: "To develop fair and effective partnerships with governments, community leaders, small business, and citizens." This is what you just said. What relationship do you have right now with the stakeholders in your community?
I'm a native for one. I do have that relationship with everyone. I grew up there. I know everyone there. In regards to getting involved with the government, this is my first stake of getting back involved with the town of Moncks Corner. I've been back for 3 years. So I'm definitely wanting to develop those relationships where I can be able to bring my experiences that I've had outside of the town of Moncks Corner to advocate and contribute to what we have right here now.
Now, obviously, you just said that you just moved back to Moncks Corner 3 years ago. What is the biggest difference between 3 years ago and right now, 2020, when you think of Moncks Corner?
I would say opportunities is the biggest difference. Coming back, you have that opportunity. Well, one, when I came back, it was a matter of me getting back engaged, getting a feel of everyone, finding out what's going on in the town, determining how, I want my family to go. First, you got to take care of home first. You got to take care of base first. That's my thing. And then now 2020 is the opportunity. The opportunity has arisen where I have an opportunity to be able to be a voice for our community, where I can be able to advocate for those and advocate for the direction of the town of Moncks Corner. So that's the difference between 2017 and 2019 from my perspective, is just being able to have this opportunity to share this platform with other people, other town council members, so that we can grow our town together.
You talk about opportunities, and you talked earlier about the social economic status. What exactly is that status right now in the Moncks Corner area?
I think we have a very diverse status right now. We have some who are doing very well, and we have some that are not doing so well. So right now, I think we have a good balance of various socioeconomic statuses.
Yes, ma'am. And you said this too. He or she must be a person who can relate to matters that affect the lives of all citizens, meaning obviously the definition of a town council member. What matters do you have in common with the average citizen of Moncks Corner?
You know, I say this with all due respect. I feel that I have a position in which I bring that diverse perspective in regards to being able to relate to many different citizens. I don't have the ideal family with the marriage, 2 kids, picket house, and a fence kind of thing. I don't have that. So I can speak and connect with those who don't have a traditional family, who don't have a traditional income, because I've experienced many different social economical statuses throughout my life. So I am in that position where I connect with many different people who are in different levels of their life at the time.
As a matter of fact, you said this quote, I will add the perspective of being a single parent and the sole provider of my household. I understand how economic development of our town may affect many households. What has the
Mhm.
economic development affected? How has the economic development affected some of these households thus far?
Well, I mean, right now in the area of COVID, many people have been closing down their businesses. You know, especially for small business owners, we haven't been able to open up businesses. Some families have not been able to pretty much make ends meet on a day-to-day basis. You know, going back to that old school saying, robbing Peter to pay Paul, because they have lost jobs or because, you know, family members may have lost jobs. So, you know, I want to be able to empathize, and that's the thing. Not everybody is able to make it. So I want to be able to empathize with those who are struggling at the time, as well as connect with those who are just barely making it too.
And what will be your recovery plan right now for those businesses that have been lost inside the town of Moncks Corner, that is?
Wow. I would definitely say a recovery plan will be to help to work with those businesses. You know, the educator side of me is going to come out, is develop a plan. You know, where there's no plan, the people will perish. We need to develop a plan of action of how we're going to continue to grow their business, how we're going to get back out there and go back to the basics and help market for them, provide economic relief for them somehow. I'm not sure how we would do it, but I'm sure there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And it could just be as simple as redoing their business plan. You know, let's redo our business plan in the era of COVID, and let's prepare for scratch as though you're opening up a new business. So, you know, those in consideration of the current bills that you currently have. You know, I would just sit down with them as I've done with other businesses and just help them develop a plan. Let's come up with a marketing plan. Let's come up with a plan in which maybe we can help with the town, with your business. You know, just again, I'll go back to the plan.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. And obviously, we talk a lot about the minorities and women, which we all love. How would you work with the town of Moncks Corner, obviously, to develop some sort of more minority and women's business development, obviously, department?
Oh, I would love that. Yes, I would definitely work with the town, a minority women development department. You know, I think that's very important because, you know, even though we're coming up, we're still underserved, you know? So I think that just being able to create that platform and having that platform to create that connectivity for women business owners all together, not just even minority, just women business owners as a whole, I think that would be a great partnership with the town if I can, once I build those partnerships with those town leaders.
And let me ask you this. What were the last figures of the population of Moncks Corner in your mind?
Are you talking about the town of Moncks Corner? Or are you talking about the whole Moncks Corner?
It's
So
a, yes, ma'am, the town.
population of the town of Moncks Corner, I believe it was about 40,000. So it's a pretty high up there number. I'm not exactly sure the exact number, but that's something, again, I can research and get back to you.
And how much tax revenue has the town of Moncks Corner lost in the past 4 years?
I would have to look that information up and get that to you.
Okay, let me ask you this too. Obviously, you talked earlier about your experience in multiple economic and financial lifestyles, and unfortunately, you had to went homeless. And obviously, you have two children now, but you're successful.
Yes.
And you talk about obviously having the ability to advocate for various small businesses. How many small businesses are needed right now in Moncks Corner?
Hmm. I mean, you can never have enough small businesses. We want to definitely regrow Main Street and add small businesses there. We want to be able to have opportunities for many small businesses to grow. So, in regards to how many we need, I don't think that there's a defined number of how many small businesses you need in a town.
Yes, ma'am. And let me ask you this too, because you also said this on your Facebook page. You said this quote, most importantly, as you just mentioned, I am a native of Moncks Corner, as this town is the origin of both my parental legacies. My family's history is here, which holds me accountable to being 100% vested in making a difference and seeing our town prosper successfully. How should the residents hold you accountable if you're elected?
pull my coattail. I think that's, at the end of the day, it's very simple. It's all about communication. If I'm doing wrong, call me out on what I'm doing wrong. If I'm doing right, then call me out on what I'm doing right as well. Accountability is the key that the residents need. And as an elected official, it's not about me at the end of the day. It's about what I'm doing for the community and how I'm serving the community. At the end of the day, town council is just a title. It's just a title. Is what's in your heart, what's in your soul, and what's in your spirit, and how you will lead those people, and how you will represent, and how you will authentically do what's best for the town and what's best for the people of the town. So, yes, hold me accountable. If you feel that I'm not serving appropriately, hold me accountable. Like the older people say, pull my coattail on it. That's what I'm here for, and that's how I want to support all of the members of my town.
Now, you earlier you talked about all the issues that you hope to tackle about the future of the town of Moncks Corner. What is in your spirit about the future of the town of Moncks Corner?
In my spirit, I feel that the town is, let's say, I feel like we can do a better job of representing our town. I really do. I feel as though I would like to see our town grow and develop in a manner where it's inclusive for all, it's in it for all. And I feel like we need to look at that equity versus equality mindset. Sometimes it's not about what's equally fair for everyone, but what's equity right for everyone. Some people may need more, some people may need less. It's just a matter of just classic representation and integrity.
And how transparent is this town council?
I believe the town council is transparent. I believe that, of course, things are posted, it's posted on the website, but I don't think that things are carried out into the community. Okay. I want to be able to bridge that gap where, I understand. Yes, it's posted on the website. Yes, everyone is welcome to come on the third Tuesday of every month. But realistically, who all can do that? And how many people can actually do that? And how many people actually take the time to look on the website and see what's posted, are able to read the terminology that's there? I want to be able to bridge that gap. I want to be able to be an educator, not only on town council, but also in our community as well.
Latorie Lloyd Walker, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.